Hi.
There you go.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Can I get that?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Hi everybody, I'm Andrew O'Malley. I'm from Ottawa. I'm just visiting San Francisco for about a week. So I thought while I'm here I'm going to look up Noisebridge, and you happen to have this cool event happening. So here I am to talk about my most recent project. It's called Dot Clock. It's an open source, Arduino compatible digital clock. And where it started is I was playing with these really cool LED matrices that you get from Shure Electronics, and I was just making little circuit boards and sticking them in some nice acrylic cases and doing a bunch of algorithmic drawing type of software for them, and eventually thought, well, maybe I can turn this into something a little bit more practical. So the first thing that came to mind was a clock, but I thought, I was a bit hesitant at first because I thought, everyone's made a digital clock, so I needed to have a different angle on it. And then I realized, well, what I can do is I can just make a clock that has a whole bunch of animations. So that was sort of my starting point for that. So the summer of 2010, I made the prototype. I was lucky enough to spend 2 months in New York City, so I hung out with the NYC Resistor folks, and they have nice facilities that they let me use. So I did my first prototype there, which is just a hand-soldered circuit. It looks similar to what I used to be working on, except I added the clock circuitry. And they had a laser cutter, so I was able to play around with the case. So I made a really simple case with acrylic, threw on some buttons for setting the time and stuff. I ended up putting them on the side. Someone wanted to make it into a video game machine. I don't know if they did, but I thought this is great. It's a platform that anyone can repurpose to do whatever they want. So keeping that in mind, I developed a PCB that had all the clock components plus a little prototyping area so people could add extra sensors or anything they want, or break out a little controller if they actually wanted to make Pong. So from here, I spent a whole bunch of time learning that you need to triple source every part. I sourced a lot of the hardware from McMaster-Carr, which is an awesome company. And then when I got back to Canada, they wouldn't ship anything to me in Canada. So luckily I had a couple extra sources, but it was really frustrating because now I have to use some really annoying parts compared to what I could get directly from them. So after some refining, I came up, was the final design. So I cleaned it up a little bit. I got some nice buttons. A lot of people said, oh, I like the green on green or the red on red, but I was distributing these as kits, so I needed to make my life somewhat easy. So I decided it's just going to be smoked. You can order a red screen or a green screen, and then the power supply is international, so I've been able to send these all over the place. And everyone's been happy, and so far they seem to be working. So to give you an idea, some of the animations, right now it has 15 animations in it, and I've run out of space in the code, so unless I do a full rewrite and optimize everything, 15 is not bad. I'm fairly happy with it. And the kicker with it is there's a little switch on the back, and when you put that up, it goes into a random mode, which means every day at midnight it switches to a different animation. So it's nice to put it on your desk, and every day you come downstairs there's a new animation to look at. So that's the really simple, big time. Of course you have to have Pong, so there's the autonomous Pong game playing where the score is the time. And then Space Invaders and Pac-Man everybody loves. So I did some game time animations. We just have the time sitting there, but every minute, randomly, there's Space Invader comes in, eats the time, Pac-Man comes across, and I also added Tetris blocks coming in to clear the time, and then the time pops back up. And then we did a percentage time, so the percentage of the day you get to experience in a different way. It's pretty fun. 1 minute ends up being 0.07%. I thought it was more than that, but it's not. And then I did seconds time, so you've got the top is the amount of seconds since midnight, and the bottom is the amount of seconds remaining until next midnight. So the animations start to get more and more abstract, and some of them you can't tell the time at all. You can only witness the time passing during the day. This one's Morse code, so you can practice your Morse code, and as they fly by, they start to get out of sync, so some of them are going slower and faster than others, so it gives a nice little look on the desk. And so that's where the project is right now. I'm selling that version 1.0 of the kits. It seems to be going pretty good. Just doing it in my basement, which is actually very labor intensive, but it's been an amazing project. So what I'm doing with that is I'm going to keep selling the kits, and now I'm just selling the PCBs, which is really cool because I had a lot of people who just wanted a PCB. So now I've got people who've just made their own and put it in their own case, and they're adding things with like temperature sensors and all these types of things, putting some videos on YouTube. So that's really cool. So that ties into the third point, starting to build a community. I set up a forum for it where people are, a couple people are talking about it and what they want to do with it. I had a Facebook page, but Facebook's useless now because there's only a wall and you can't talk about things always chronologically. That pissed me off. And is that 5 minutes? Okay.
I don't know what that is.
So, and then where I want to go with version 2.0 is I want to redesign the board with a single PCB with the design built, or with the screen built right on. Because right now the only single supplier I have is for the screen, which is really annoying. And the company's good, but not in high volumes. So I want to do that. I'd love to design like a nice injection molded case. And then start outsourcing some of the manufacturing, and with the whole thing with technology, making the next version better and cheaper. So that's sort of where I'm at. I've never done anything with contract manufacturing, having stuff beyond PCBs made. So if anybody here has any experience with that, I'd love to talk with you after the 5 minutes of fame presentations. And thank you very much for your time.
So